Hey, this is Mike. This is episode 28. So, been back from running my marathon in Iraq for, almost a week and a half now. And, it's enough time to go through all the jet lag pieces, adjust to the time zones and all those kinds of things. I've learned something, and that is that, people say, ask me a question, what have you been doing? Oh, I ran a marathon, and then the follow-up question is, oh, great, where was that at? And then you kind of say, it was in Iraq. And then that's a great conversation starter because they're like, what? So I went to this cryotherapy place there. So that's where you're in that tank, and it's like negative 200 and some degrees, and it's like a couple minutes, and ices your body. And I did that kind of as post-marathon recovery. And that was the conversation with her. I was like, what are you in for? Ran a marathon. Where'd you run it? Iraq. What's that? Had another conversation with a guy that I met. He was up from Orlando, and we met through a mutual friend. And the friend introduced us. Said, "Yeah, Mike he just got back from running a marathon." And the guy, again, the follow-up question was, "Oh, interesting. Yeah, where'd you run that at?" I was like, "Well, he was in Iraq." And the guy looked at me. And so I had a follow-up conversation with the guy later on. He's like, dude, he said, I just gotta ask you some more questions. He said, anybody that runs a marathon in Iraq, he said, I gotta ask questions. So it's been a great conversation starter. And I think that the point I want to leave you with today is I'll come back to my book here, Making the Miles Count, Living Beyond the Daily Grind. That's what running a marathon in Iraq is, living beyond the daily grind for sure. But day 2 in my book is outside the box. And I think that many of us get stuck living inside the box, and we need to get outside the box. So what is it for you today that, is a little bit of a risk, a little bit of a stepping out of the routine that you need to do? That's where life happens richly, is outside the box. So I'll leave you with that for this episode. We'll see you again next time. Take care.